Welcome to this Sahara 4 exercise. In this exercise, we will import maps in our Sahara project. For that, we will open our project. A consideration to have before importing is that internally maps are grids in the sense that we have a value that represents a node or cell. When we import a map, the map will keep its own cell size, which must be uniform and has to be oriented north to south, and may be a square or rectangular. However, internally, Sahara has its own grid size by default that will be used if we do any operation between the maps. So a regrading of the original data is made on the project grid in order to perform that calculation, just to have in consideration. Now we will import maps that will have their own grid size, but if we do any calculation between maps, this information is regraded in the grid size of the project, and then is calculated on this new grid size. Um, we'll do map operations in a future exercise, but just to have that in consideration when importing maps. Um, in general, the importation of the maps, we will go here, import map and lines, maps. In general, the importation of the maps is quite similar to that of the lines that we did previously. Here we have maps, we will select NT, in this case it will be net thickness, and here we will select all the different maps that we have available, one for each layer. We'll open them. Here we will have a preview of the map that we will import, and the name is going to be coincident with the formation or layer that we want to import. Same as we did with the lines, consider that in order to not waste time assigning each one individually, or each one by one, it's better to always have the same name of the layer in the name of the map that we're importing, of the file. um, so the recommendations are going to be the same. When we check on the different units as well, we need to check if the information layer is okay. If the variable is the correct one, which it is net thickness for all of them. So that's okay. And the unit here, you can see that the unit for all of them probably is feet, but the map was originally created in meters. So that's something that we have to modify. It will take plenty of time to do it for all the different maps. We will check if we can do it like this by selecting them all and changing this to meter, and now all of them are in meter. So that you have that trick that therefore to consider. If you're importing a map and the unit of the variable that you're importing is not the correct one, you can select them all the maps, and here by clicking the first one, holding shift and selecting all the maps together, you can do a massive modification on the units like that. I was in feet, now I'm in meters, and all the different maps are going to be in meters. So a little trick there to have in mind. The decimal separator is okay in point, thousand separator none, and the coordinates are in meters. That's correct. So now we will import this merge button here. When we have more than one map available for the same layer, for example, let's say that because there are several blocks and each of them has been mapped individually, but both are associated to the same layer, we can click on this option here, and it's going to try to merge both maps. Um, you are going to first import a map and then use the merge option to not overwrite the previous information that has been stored in that layer. Let's say that I have saved another map, for example, in the layer 1. Now if I import it, that previous map is going to be erased if I don't select this option. If I select the option merge here by using this checkbox here, the previous map is going to be preserved, and it will import this new map for the layer 1. So that is something that is important to consider. Obviously only in the area that hasn't been mapped yet. In the case that you have two areas that have been mapped, it's going to override that previous one. um, okay, so I think that will be everything for the importation. I will import it now, and now as you can see we have all these checkboxes that everything was fine, all these ticks, and yeah, that's correct. And now the map has been imported. We will repeat this process for the next map, that is the total thickness full that's map maps map gross thickness, and let's select it here. So we will import the gross thickness. Here again we will have to do the same trick to modify the units to meters because the maps were created in meters. Here we have the correct name of the layer, the units are in meters, the gross thickness is the variable that we are importing, unit in meters, point none, so right, everything is okay, and we will import. Again, we can see that everything was imported correctly and done. And finally, we will import the structural maps, the tops of the layers. So for this, we'll go to maps and lines, maps, maps, and top, and we will select we will do repeat the same process. And now here, okay, the formation is okay, the variable is also okay, that's the top of the layer. Here we will have to modify this as well, the decimal separator point, thousand separator none, coordinates meters, and we don't want to merge with anything, so we will do the same trick here. We will select all the maps together, and here the original units in which this map has been created are meters through vertical depth sub c. So we will import now in meters, and the map has been imported correctly. So that will be everything for this tutorial. We have imported 3 different maps in our Sahara project, and in the next exercise we will show them in the map window. So thank you for watching and have a great day.